living a dual life with 3 of his friends, namely so-and-so. All these men were involved in soliciting prostitutes, pervert discussions and representation of women, minor girls and their own daughters and sisters, and how to abuse them sexually. I was shocked to see that my husband had shared several of mine and my children's photographs, including manner, and I was the object of their pleasure. I was being forced and pressurized by my husband to act and indulge in group sex and other activities with his friends. I refused all of these, and this put me in a mental trauma and shock. When T7, where he is talking about...
No, he's talking to another man.
Yes, but about on page 9, he's talking to another man, but about me at 6:09:47 p.m. anything with wife. Then he says all those remaining chats. I don't want to say it.
No problem.
Yes,
you can't read those.
Yes, I'm not going to read it. What is an injury to the health of a woman, physical or mental? My lords, here, if she has found out that he is in fact leading a dual life, he's having sexual relations with other men, he is having sexual relations with other women, he is using me as a bait for other men. He is saying that he will sexually assault other women, and there is proof in these chats that he has actually done that. And I ask myself, is that not a danger to the mental and physical health of a woman? Physical harm. If he does not physically assault a woman, then what would be a mental assault to a woman? Or what would be mental cruelty? If we take a view that this is not mental cruelty, my lords, we will be diluting this section with great respect. We would be covered it. I will not read it out. Now, my lord,
I just want that interpretation in a 498 offence, that cruelty of this kind would also become a cruelty.
May I make one submission? My lords may kindly see page 23 of the same petition, 28591. I just want to read out the contents of the complaint. It's just a 1.5 page complaint to page 23 about the 5th line. My husband was always very abusive and humiliating. He used to humiliate me in public and private moments. He forced us to sleep on the floor for several years. On 15th June 2020, my phone stopped working and my husband asked me to use his old iPhone till he gets his phone repaired. When I tried to use that phone, I came across several messages, WhatsApp chats, messenger chats and images and photographs which were highly intimidating and humiliating and a shock for me. My husband, who had been treating me with cruelty and was not giving any time, attention and respect, was also humiliating and disrespecting me, was actually living a dual life with 3 of his friends, namely so-and-so. All these men were involved in soliciting prostitutes, pervert discussions and representation of women, minor girls and their own daughters and sisters, and how to abuse them sexually. I was shocked to see that my husband had shared several of mine and my children's photographs, including some objectionable and intimate chats with his friends. With one of his friends, he was systematically guiding how to sexually exploit me by making me drunk and take advantage of me. Not only that, he had perverted talks with so-and-so. My husband, along with these 3 culprits, was involved in fulfilling his untamed and pervert sexual desires and antisocial activities. Not only this, my husband used several escorts for his friends and negotiating on the amount of services. My husband had discussed about me in a I'm not able to read it, in a humiliating manner, and I was the object of their pleasure. I was being forced and pressurized by my husband to act and indulge in group sex and other activities with his friends. I refused all of these, and this put me in a mental trauma and shock. When I confronted him and his family told him to shift me to Bangalore and requested that I shall not take any action for the sake of their reputation and image of both families. I was totally devastated. I'm financially dependent on my husband, as after marriage, I was not allowed to work and had to take care of family responsibilities. So-and-so, my lords. My husband has misappropriated my funds and investment. My husband's family has kept on assuring me that they will get everything sorted, but they fooled me to get me to stop taking any action. I've been threatened regularly by my husband and his accomplices for life, safety and well-being of myself and my children, etc. Now, my lords.
Now, please go to 498A.
Yes,
read 498.
My lords, just for a moment, I'll come to 490. Kindly give me one indulgence. I have submitted a memo of chats which was given to the police. No, 2-3 things where, in fact, just 2-3 pages. I will just refer. I will not take more time. If my lords may just see the memo filed.
Yes.
Memo of chats. There's a compilation. Which
Yes,
is a separate
I
memo.
have it. Yes.
Yes. My lords may just see page 9. Page 9, some of the chats are about, he says, with his wife. Then my lords may see page 27. Page 27, where he is talking about.
No, he's talking to another man.
Yes, but about on page 9, he's talking to another man, but about me at 6:09:47 p.m. Anything with wife. Then he says all those remaining chats. I don't want to say it.
No problem.
Yes,
You can't read those.
Yes, I'm not going to read it.
They are unreadable.
Yes.
But go to 498A.
Yes, just to, while my lords are there, my lords may see page 27. Page 27, he is talking about page 27, 95803, known person, 959. These are all cousins and relatives, where he is talking about sexually abusing them, and even about me at page 16. Kindly see page 16. Page 16. Again, the 4th or 5th line. Then he has sent at page 21, he has sent actually my photographs. Now, my learned friend can say, oh, he is chatting with somebody else.
No, that's all right. 498A.
Yes, 498 I will read out.
Yes. Other things maybe, but 498.
Yes, my lords.
Yes.
In fact, 498A.
There are 2 instances of 498A.
Yes, both.
Which touch up what is cruelty is also
Yes.
said. Yes.
Sorry. 498A.
Yes.
Whoever being the husband or the relative of the husband of a woman subjects such woman to cruelty shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years and also be liable to
Cruelty
fine.
is defined there only.
Any willful conduct which is of such a nature as is likely to drive the woman to commit suicide or to cause grave injury or danger to life, limb or health, whether mental or physical of the woman. Now, my lords, I want to pause here. What is an injury to the health of a woman, physical or mental? My lords, here, if she has found out that he is in fact leading a dual life, he is having sexual relations with other men, he is having sexual relations with other women, he is using me as a bait for other men. He is saying that he will sexually assault other women. And there is proof in these chats that he has actually done that. And I ask myself, is that not a danger to the mental and physical health of a woman when she finds out this? And I have stated that in my complaint. Now, my lords, my submission is the complaint has the ingredients of the
498A?
Yes.
All right.
My lords, my submission is, how do we look at physical or mental cruelty? My lords, I want to ask myself that. Does first of all,
yes,
this has been in my complaint. I've said not only have I seen these, have I brought this to the attention of him when I got these chats. Thereafter, I have been threatened and thrown out of the house. Kindly see the ingredients of my complaint. In order to not raise this,
yes,
I have been threatened and thrown out. Now, my lords, is this not, if I ask myself, mental health, danger to life, limb or health, whether mental or physical? What is a danger to the mental health of a woman? My lords, it is also an opportunity for us to ask ourselves that. At least I use this. Does it mean that a man who does not take any physical harm, if he does not physically assault a woman, then what would be a mental assault to a woman? Or what would be mental cruelty? If we take a view that this is not mental cruelty, my lords, we will be diluting this section with great respect. We would be diluting this section.
Interpretation of that by any court, give it.
Yes, my lords, I will submit it. In fact, it would be My lords, I have given a submission of judgments. But
Proceed.
may I, before I get to the judgments
Yes.
issues,
Yes.
may I just first finish the documents?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Thereafter, my lords, I filed this complaint on 8/10/23.
Hmm.
Because immediately after filing this complaint, after the chats and all the harassment was happening, when I raised several legal notices, the families with my lords, both families are extremely well-known families, and there was great pressure on me not to do anything, saying that we will settle, please keep quiet, it will be handled. I'm thrown out of the house, which also I have stated, and no settlement is coming forward. In fact, what my friend read out is a settlement of money which is already given to me, for which he has now filed extortion. Absolutely no settlement is
that
there.
extortion is not.
Yes. Thereafter, having no other option, I file this. Now, my lords, immediately after I file this, kindly take, my lords, the next petition. I filed this on 8/10/2013. And my lords, the complaint by him is filed on 25/11/23.
No, that's all.
Yes.
Extortion complaint, you don't worry.
Yes.
You concentrate on 498.
Yes. I would like to point out the extortion complaint because no extortion is made out.
I told you the
Yes.
extortion. Yes.
Grateful. Now, my lords, I want to, then let me submit the decisions. My lords, I have,
There's no compilation here.
I will. You have the compilation. My lords, can I hand over?
Have you given it?
I'll
I
just
thought-
give another copy to them. Have you served? Do we have another? Just give. No, I have my soft copy. Yes. My lords, initially.
Extortion, don't worry.
Yes, I'm not.
Don't
covering
labor on
it.
that at all, madam.
Yes. My lords, I am not covering.
Eating, extortion, don't.
I will not
labor
cover
on that
this.
at-
Though I have covered it, I will not read it
Yes.
out. Now, my lord.
I just want that interpretation in a 498
Mental-
offense, that cruelty of this kind would also become a cruelty.
May I make one submission? I have submitted one judgment on 498A. I will
Which is
refer
that?
to that, to Neela Veni. But
Alright.
on the specific question that my lords have asked on mental cruelty coming under 498A, my lords may reserve it. I will submit those decisions. So I will not take more time, but I want to give my lords.
You know, I'll reserve it.
Or my lords may give a day's time. So I will give those decisions.
Alright.
Ultimately, if my lords are dictating, I will give those citations.
Yes.
So I will-
Because your, this Neelaveni versus state
Yes,
is considered in Achin Gupta, Kashkan Kaushal, Preeti Gupta.
yes.
It considers this judgment also, all
Yes.
three. And they have said, we should read Achin Gupta and then try to distinguish that.
My lords, we are here in Neela Veni. They may have
No,
considered.
much water has flown after that.
No, my lords, water may have, with great respect, 498, the interpretation has not changed. What my
It
friend,
has. That's the reason I told you. You should read Achin Gupta, Preeti Gupta, Achin Gupta, Kashkan Kaushal. Insofar as husband is concerned, it is Preeti Gupta and Achin Gupta. You want family members, it is Kashkan Kaushal.
here
So
it is,
those have completely diluted the earlier judgments.
they were my humble submission, my lords, is that Neela Veni has not been either diluted or set aside in any way. Yes.
Not set aside, diluted.
Yes.
If the Supreme Court has subsequently, after considering it, the bench of the same strength has written something else, we'll follow the subsequent.
My submission on Neela Veni is one submission. Neela Veni says very clearly that where averments are made out, to what extent? May I just read that?
Contents of the complaint are made out,
Yes.
quashing under 482 would not arise.
Yes.
But whether the ingredients in the
Of
complaint are made
mental
out,
cruelty, my lords
that's
asked.
all.
My lords asked me.
Because
of
there
mental
is
cruelty under
no
498.
harassment on demand of dowry. It is only mental cruelty.
Mental cruelty under 498. My
Yes,
lords,
that's
that
right.
I will give my lords a specific decision, since my lords specific
Yes.
question is that. My submission is, even as Achin Gupta, that question is not
It is.
My lords, I will
Because
submit.
there also the illicit relationship was the allegation. That was in the complaint.
Yes, but here
Would not amount to 498A is what is said. You may have to read that and try to
I'm
distinguish.
familiar with that. I'm familiar with that. But the illicit relations, my lords, there are 2-3 decisions which my lords are familiar with. Illicit relations may not come under 498A is one set of decisions.
Because in
What
that
is mental cruelty? I
Yes.
want to make that submission.
there are,
Here,
you should labor on it.
I will.
You did not give me those in the Jim Corbett case also.
I will give that. that I know
I-
which my lords are submitting. I will, allow me a
So,
day's time.
You give me.
My
No,
lords may give me
I
a
have
day's
myself
time.
found out.
I will also
They
give
are a
it
part of that judgment, but
grateful.
you
My
should
lords,
give me
on
some.
mental cruelty, the illicit relations with someone else versus over here mental cruelty to the woman, where her name is being used. He is not, whether he has illicit relationships with other women, that is not the question. How he has used her, what he has been, what these chats implicate, I will submit. Give me a day's time, my lord, so that my lords can pass a considered decision.
Otherwise,
My lords, I'll only assist my lords. Of course, my lords will pass a considered decision. It is only to assist my lords.
yes.
My lords may keep
Then
it.
it's fine saying that will not pass any considered
No,
decision.
that is taken for granted that my lords are going to pass a considered decision.